Hi, I'm Nali. I am a Vtuber over on Twitch at Nali. I'm a variety streamer. However, most of the time I do end up on Valorant. Today I wanted to kind of run through all the sage walls that I like to use in all of my games on every map. There's quite a few maps, so this video might be a little bit long, but I hope it helps you if you ever decide to play some sage. We have our lobby here. We're just gonna go right in. All right, we're loaded in. Let me just do that real quick. So this first wall is one that I use like pretty much almost every pistol round if they come here. Most of the times when I do use my walls, I wait to hear steps. However, if there's no activity on the other side and I don't hear steps, I will throw up my wall. Like so. This gives you an area to sit in. And usually, unless they come around this side as like Jet, they don't notice. Sometimes people will check this corner. So it's going to be prepared to just like pop out and shoot. And usually I wait till they're on. That way if they come over here, I get an easy shot at least. But that is the first wall I do. I also do this one, and I also play from this position too. Especially after I've hit in that corner, because then they don't expect me to really be on the other side. The only time I don't really play over here after that is when I had a teammate sit over there before. The next one, this one I usually set up before round start, so I don't think I'm going to fall off. But I get right up to the edge, get up, crouch, wall up. And usually I do this with a marshal or a outlaw. That way I can just pop, pop. You can see heads here. They can also see you. So I usually play tucked closer to this corner. That way I can and move. This wall isn't great for repeats. If you miss the first shot, it's better to get down and prepared for the push. I like this wall though because it catches a lot of people off guard. So it's probably my favorite Abyss wall. Abyss doesn't have a ton of walls that I use often. I think those are the two walls I mainly use on this site on defense. Oh my god. My cat just knocked over something. Jesus. On attack, if we are able to enter site, I wall off heaven. Usually I do this while the smoke is still up. That way when it does go down, we have protection. No, another good attack wall is if they don't expect it. I come up here, I wall up, I have an angle here. And sometimes, depending on how far back they are, you can see over to see their heads. Not always, but sometimes. So it's a fun little wall to use. Another good one I just thought of is this one. Walls off sight, and it gives you a little jump onto the box. I don't use this one very often because usually on attack people are pushing as a group. So if you don't get one here, you're kind of just giving your team a kill. However, it is an option. And other ones that I like to do are just getting onto high ground in general. Doesn't matter where you do it along this, as long as you're up. I think those are all the walls I usually use for A on Abyss. I don't really have a set wall mid because they can go over it or walk around pretty easily. And I don't usually have a wall for this little area either. Sometimes I'll wall up here or other areas depending on what needs to happen, but they aren't like main keepsakes. My favorite wall to do for this site, if I am walling main, is this one. Walls all the way across, and there's no jump gap because it hits this little wall and makes it unjumpable. Another one I like on this site is lining this up. Gives me a little angle to peek off of. I can jump up here, peek around, but otherwise I can hold this a little safer. And it forces them to come in from main. So if you have a teammate that's like holding, it's just better in my opinion for holding this area off. On defense or attack, there are a few different walls you can do. A lot of sages will do this one right across. I kind of hate this wall because it allows you to jump up on this box and still get over. If you are going to do something like this, do it this way. That way they have to come through heaven or they normal spot up there. I don't like walling this little area just because there's so many places to go over that it really doesn't do anything. If I do wall on this site, I don't get to often because it's very gunfighty. I either wall deep up here, or what I prefer to do is this one. Can line it up, I can get to heaven, free spot. And usually they don't expect a sage to be up here. At least in gold, they don't. Another one, you can always wall up bomb, pretty cool. Any sort of wall to get rid of people just getting immediately to bomb if you're in a sticky situation is pretty good. I think, yeah, that's like all the walls I usually use on Abyss. I'm not sure fully if this one is still optimal. There's one all the way in this spawn where if you wall up, you can see right over there. So if they peek mid, you can also hit them. Easy. But that's all my walls for Abyss that I usually do. So let's move on to the next map. Okay, we're all loaded in. So, defense. Quite a few walls we can do. My favorite wall on this map for defense is this one. If it'll... This one. It blocks off sight and it blocks off main. So this wall is what we call a one that you have to break 2 blocks. We don't really have a name for it. I just wanted to think of one. I didn't. But this one causes them to have to break 2 blocks somewhere to actually get onto site, or it forces them to run all the way around through an unsafe location. In here. There is a wall that I really like here as well. I don't use it very often because people both look up when they see this sage wall and it walls off our re-enter spot from mid. So I don't use this one much anymore, but I do quite enjoy it every once in a while for a little confusion. I believe this one still works. Okay. I don't think it does. There's a wall here where you can like get behind something and it stops your flash. I haven't done it in a while. I don't know if it still works or not, but I don't do it that often. So I will not show it. This one's cool. Just to know that you can jump up on the box. Maybe catch a mile guard. This one here for defense retake. Put it along this little edge and you can move around. And if you really want to, you can jump up there. I fell, but you get the point. Another one that I really like is this one. It broke on me. This one. You can shoot main. And there's a little protection here for you. And it walls off main, which is nice. Always a good thing to have to wall off the main, in my opinion. There's this one here. You make the little jump. Go out a little bit. I messed it up. Can see all the way back there. There is a way to make this one a long wall. I'm not very good at it. You can see like back there, get some info. There's one where you can plant right on this edge. And what you can do is you can either wall it fully in, or you can wall part of it in and have the one exit. Usually what I do is I'll come in here with the bomb, get as far to the left as I can, and then put the wall there. Obviously I would be a little closer if the spike was actually there, but I don't have a good idea of where the spike would be for that plant. Mid. Oh, wait, I forgot attack. Attack. The main wall I use is this one. It's a classic. Gives you a lot of info. That's really the only attack wall I use, other than walling off this little area or this area. Mid. Mid, there's a few different walls you can do. This is the first one I can think of. Puts you up. You used to be able to see over there. Not sure if it's great anymore, but either way, you can see right there. Just to be at a little different angle. This one just gives you a little bit of ups if you want to play this corner. I hate willing off mid. I'll say it. I'll be honest. I hate willing off mid. In pretty much every map, I think it's a waste of wall. Because if they're going to push it as 5, they're just going to all break it. A wall mid isn't going to stop a push. While a wall on a site where 2 people are playing can definitely stall a push. There's this one. You can get up there if you make it long enough. I didn't curve it enough, but this one at top mid. This one I always seem to mess up, but go up. You get my drift. There isn't really any attack walls that are like crazy on a site. What I do is I usually just close door and then I'll wall on top with myself on top. Allows me to play in this corner and get like a little sneaky angle, or it just gives me this little head peek spot. Another wall. There, you can do the little spike wall here too. This one I like doing is just throwing this up here. It will make it so you can't really walk through sometimes, but sometimes it will not go all the way. Or if you can get on to like something else, it can be better. There's also this one, which they have to break somewhere or they have to funnel through. I don't use that one anymore very much, but it is an option. This one, I always mess it up. But there's a way to get up onto that little... There we go. Get up here. This is not very good if they have a lot of blinds or Raina eyes. Because flashes you can turn. Raina eyes you have to full break. This one's good. I like this one. There's one up here. Pretty much any sort of high ground is pretty cool. Get to the edge of this. Wall it up. There used to be a corner glitch here. Now I just kind of use it as a peek. You can also wall off main, like usual. I do a classic wall where I can either go up here, or sometimes you can use a little gap there and leave that open so you can sit in it. I also, you can do this one. I like this one. This one, if you crouch, they can't really see you first off. They have to come around here. But it gives you a little bit of protection while you jump up and shoot. And that is all for Ascent. So let's go to the next map. So on this map, most of my favorite walls are on B side. I enjoy the diversity of this map's wall placements. So we'll work our way from out in. This one, people don't usually expect for some reason if you just hide in this corner. Sometimes people do check it because this wall is very obvious, in my opinion, but it's available. Usually people don't check it. Sometimes they do. And if you really want to, you can play on this side. This one actually might be a really nice little corner. I'm not sure. I haven't used that part yet. Next one. Classic. Uppies. Well off main. You don't have to be on top to do this. You can always do it like we do on Abyss, where we just place it up there. Another one I like using. We'll place it from this way. I'll place it from the normal way. I stand in this corner, turn my wall, place. You have a little peek spot for when they plant. This one I also try to replicate. Sometimes I'll stand out here, wait for orb, pop, because sometimes they don't expect it. On attack, I do this. I go up top. I just think it's a really nice angle to hold. Usually they don't expect a sage here. Another one is just general CT wall. I do this a bunch of different ways. I'll do this. Just depends on what angle you're at, as long as it's blocking There's also, I think it's here, this one. So you see into spawn. There's another way to do it where you can see like right in there, but I don't remember how to do that one because it's been a while. That's all for B-site pretty much. Oh wait, I lied. There is a B-site spawn retake wall that I suck at. It might not be doable anymore actually. But there's a way to make this a long wall, I'm pretty sure. And then you should be able to... Oh, they did patch it. This wall stops you from being able to see in. So, this is patched out. This one is patched out. My first wall on A is going to be very classic. Wall off main. Sometimes I'll leave a gap here and play in it. Sometimes I'll go up on the wall in that corner and play in it. As long as it's not back here. If it's back here, it gives them the opportunity to jump over the box. And if nobody's watching it because there's a wall there, then we're just going to get jump scared and all startled. Another one I like doing on this map, on defense, sometimes on attack too. This can be fun on attack too. This is one of my favorite walls in the game. Going up here and do our little jump crouch technique. And then you're up here. You can peek here. You can peek main. You see everything. When you do drop off of this though, you want to go on this, otherwise you take damage. This wall is fine, and walling this is fine. I don't prefer to, because I'd rather wall main, but good walls either way. This one, this is just a good peak spot that I feel like showing if we don't know about that barrel. Another one. The subtle spot. Little head peak spot. Pretty good. And you can run and jump on all the boxes. You can get up there too. I think you might be able to make the jump up there. Not sure. Haven't done it in a while. I figured this one out a little bit ago. I don't know why I haven't before. Can wall like this. Good peak spot. It does leave you vulnerable here. And a little bit from here, depending on which way you're looking. But I like it. On attack, my best suggestion, if you're gonna wall here, get as close as you can. If you can't, just wall it. If you have to wall there, you have to wall there. I prefer this one though. If we attack from main, gives you your plant spot, a little bit of cover, leaves them to come through here until the wall breaks or until they break it. If you come in through showers, there is a beautiful wall that I absolutely love. It's this one right here. You can plant right on this little corner spot if you face away from the wall. And then you can peek out. But this gives you light. I love this one. It's a nice little area. You can also obviously do this, or this, or this. Whatever you have to do. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Anyway, let's go to the next map. Alright, and then we're in on Breeze. This one, I haven't played on Breeze in so long, dude. But there are quite a few walls that I remember that I really like. Breeze is one of my favorite maps, actually. There's the classic. Well, main. I like this one because you can hide. Or you can get on top of it and peek it. I don't know if people still fall for that, but they used to back in the day. So I still like it. There is, I think, this one. You should be able to get up on both of these, actually. So it just depends on what angle you want to hold with that one. This is just a good peek spot. Or little that way, or you can do it the other way too. But those are the ones I can mainly think of for this map. This one isn't awful, but it's not great either because I can see the wall. On attack, obviously, like the wall off there, like to get back there. This one, if you get all the way across, is pretty good too. Hell, even this one could be pretty good nowadays. But those are those. I don't have anything for out here. Mid doesn't really have any walls either, honestly. Like, you can obviously do some stuff over there, but I don't really use walls in mid because I'm not a big fan of mid walls. A site. A site's few and far between for me. I do like this one. Just like Abyss, little hidey hole. People do usually check this one. But it is there. And you can do it the other way too. On attack, I like this one. There is also right here. They can see your feet a little bit from this one, but it walls it off better than if you put it down on this level. I do not like this wall. I feel like it gives them too much space, too much opportunity, but it's an option. If you do like it, then don't stop using it. I'm not here to tell you what not to do. I'm just here to tell you what I like and I don't like. There is, ooh, obviously, good few just uppies. This one's one of my old favorites that I used to use a lot. Or you wait here. This one, I believe, sees over Viber walls. Not 100% sure. And if I am gonna wall off mid, I do it deep. Because that keeps them out better. I do not usually wall tube. But if I'm gonna wall tube, I'm gonna wall it like this. That way, hopefully, if it's done right, they have to break 2, at least, to get in. But yeah, that breeze is pretty simple. Not a lot of wall spots, honestly. At least that I remember. So let's go to the next map. So I actually decided that I was just going to do the first 4 maps alphabetically for now. If you guys do like this video, then I will do the next 4 in a part 2 and maybe the last 3 in a part 3, maybe. Just to divide the work a little bit. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the walls and are able to use them in your games. I hope to see you in my Twitch, twitch.tv/Nali, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.